Well, after reviewing a messed up short like that, let's get back to some happy thoughts, shall we? I could still review that My Little Pony episode I said I was going to review, but there's still going to be some change of plans here. I will get to it eventually, and I might get to some Season 5 episodes as well. However, I still want to talk about Tom and Jerry and all the good things about it. I said before that Tom and Jerry was one of the greatest and most influential cartoons of all time, and I still stand strong in that opinion. Next to Thomas the Tank Engine, Tom and Jerry was one of my favorite cartoons of all time. I have most of his VHS tapes on the show, as well as some DVDs. And there are still some shorts that still made me laugh and chuckle to this day. There's almost no other cartoon like this. And today, I decided to count down the top 10 best Tom and Jerry shorts of all time. There are going to be some rules, though. Number 1, I'm only counting down the Hanna-Barbera shorts. Why? Because those are the shorts that we all grew up with the most, and what made us Tom and Jerry lovers to begin with. Number 2, I'm only putting the shorts that have to deal with only Tom and Jerry. Well, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? And number 3, these are only my opinions and my pick for these shorts. If you agree or don't agree with some of my choices, that's fine. You don't have to like every short that I put on this list. With that being said, let us begin. Number 10, The Loathsome Mouse. Now, I doubt most of you have seen or heard this before unless you're really die-hard fans, so I'm not going to give away too much of this short. But the choices they make are really interesting and lead to some really funny slapstick and jokes. And it's great to see Mammy Two Shoes gets a larger role in this. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much into this, so if you haven't seen it, then I recommend you check it out and see it for yourself. Number 9, The Mouse in Manhattan. Jerry can't stand living in the country anymore, so he decides to live in Manhattan. But he finds that there's a lot more trouble than he expected. What I like about this short is that we take a break from the Tom and Jerry chasing each other and focusing more on each other as a character, and we will see more of that on this list. Another reason is that the animation looks really good. The town looks great, and you really feel the same scale that Jerry feels in the place. And it still provides some really great slapstick, even without Tom, which just goes to show that you don't always need Tom or Jerry to get some great slapstick. Number 8, Milky Whiffed. After Jerry gets a little visit from Nibbles, he decides that he wants to get some milk, but the only milk available is Tom's, and then hijinks and slapstick ensues. This is one of those shorts where we get to see a little bit more on the other side of Jerry, and it's also the first time that we get to see his nephew, Nibbles. Most of Tom and Jerry always have Jerry or Tom winning, by luck or smart thinking. But whenever Jerry has to fight to win, it shows that he's not afraid to stand up for himself. What more can I say but, you don't mess with Jerry. Number 7, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mouse. Tom is getting sick of Jerry drinking his milk, so he tries poisoning it, but it doesn't work out too well. If you guys haven't guessed it by now, this episode is pretty much a parody of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and it does it pretty well. While most parodies this day and age are slowly dying, with some exceptions, which, note to self, remind me to review that anime in the near future. But while this short is a direct parody of the Jekyll and Hyde story, it doesn't make all the references of the movie or the book to make audience confused or anything. It still got your typical Tom and Jerry slapstick, while some clever twists to the original story. The music scoring also helps too with the theme that they were going for. It's very spooky, very interesting, and it's just awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out, and get yourself some milk while you watch this. Number 6, Saturday Evening Puss. after Mammy Two Shoes decides to go out for the night. Tom and his friends decide to have a party, only to wake up an annoying Jerry. This short has a lot of fun slapstick, not just Tom, but his buddies as well. They each have funny timing and slapstick that match well together. I especially love the visual jokes they use here as well, such as Jerry's head when the music is playing, and Tom handing his friend some food. Of course, the timing is perfect, and the slapstick is just a lot of fun too. Of course, there were some changes to this short, mostly with Mammy Two Shoes. If you're a Tom and Jerry fan, you would know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna say that for another time. Anyway, Saturday Evening Puss is just another short that uses its animation to its advantage. Okay, before we start getting to the bottom 5, I just want to say that now we're getting into much more with these shorts than slapstick. These are the shorts that played a very important part in Tom and Jerry, and have more of a classic than any other short that we've come so far. So let's continue, shall we? Number 5, The Cat Quartetto. All you need to know about this short is that it's Tom playing the piano while chasing Jerry. Now, if this plot was done today, and it was 11 minutes, then it would be pretty stupid and boring. But something about this short works really, really well. With me being a fan of classical music, it's no surprise that I like the music Tom is playing. It has a great feel of relaxation, while it also picks up when Jerry is also playing, and Tom trying to catch him. It fits really well with the short. And of course, the slapstick is great too. And I like the way they play the music while still keeping the slapstick entertaining. So overall, I like him. Bugs Bunny, what do you want? You know why I'm here, Doc. Huh? What do you mean? You know the reason why I'm here, so get on with it. But I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, okay, he does bring up a good point, so... Alright, let's talk about this then. For those who don't know, in 1946, when the short was still in production, Warner Brothers released a Bugs Bunny short under the name Raspberry Rabbit. The short was very similar to the Tom and Jerry short, almost the exact same gag, especially the ending. Actually, no one at MGM knew about the short until someone showed it to them when it came out, and then they decided to release Cat Quartetto a couple of months after the Bugs Bunny shorts. Then when both films were nominated for Best Shorts at the Academy Award, the Tom and Jerry short won the Oscar because it was shown first at the nominations before Raspberry Rabbit. So both studios blame each other for copying their own work. Now, while there is no real answer about who stole who, it is easy to make your own conclusion on whether or not they did copy each other. Now, as I was saying, I love the Cat Quartetto. I like the music, the slapstick, and everything in it just fits really well and makes for one great Tom and Jerry short. Number 4, Heavenly Puss. It starts as a usual Tom and Jerry day, when Tom accidentally dies and tries to go to heaven. But after all the torture he's done to Jerry, he can't go unless he has a will saying he's sorry from Jerry. If you've been following Mr. Enter, then you would notice that he put this short on his top 25 disturbing episodes in the kid cartoon. And he does make some pretty valid points. Check it out if you want to know more about it. But this short is interesting because the tone or the feeling about this short, and it's really creepy to think about. Imagine if you picked on a person for the longest year and you know you're about to die soon. And it's tough to say that you're sorry to that person that you basically turned his or her life into a living hell. It's very memorable for that. Like I said, if you want to know more, check out Mr. Enter's video. But other than that, this is another one of those good and memorable shorts. Number 3, The Night Before Christmas. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I loved Christmas specials when I was a kid. And to be fair, I still do. Most of the specials have something, well, special and great about them, and the short is one of the perfect examples of it. It still got your basic Tom and Jerry slapstick, but the way they tie in Christmas into it is really cool and very heartwarming. The spirit of Christmas is just enough to make you go, aww. So, if you're in a mood for a Christmas feel, then watch this short. Number 2, Puss Gets the Boot. I know, it's a bit too obvious, but can you blame me? This is a short that made Tom and Jerry famous, and it's easy to see why. There was lots of potential for these characters. The timing for each of these jokes were really spot on, and the slapstick was just right for the first go, and it still had the characters that we all knew and loved today. Now sure, some of the slapstick is slow, but it's still very clever on how the slapstick was, and that's what Tom and Jerry was known for. But you might be wondering, why is this number 2? Well, let's just say that there is one more short that beats out any of the other shorts. Let's get to it. Number 1, Blues Cats Blues. Now, be honest, you kind of knew this was coming. If you want to know my thoughts on it, check out my last video. But as I said in my last video, this short really makes me think of the show in a different way that I've never seen before, and I love it for that. I feel like this short is the most powerful short of all of Tom and Jerry, for everything that it is, for its name and the way it's presented it. And the scary thing is that it does happen in real life. I mean, this isn't any like other Tom and Jerry shorts that have done it, but this is done and taken into a new level. And the message and the way they show it, it's really, really deep. You want to know some fun fact? I actually remember this short when I was a kid, but I've forgotten all about it. Whenever I hear this short, I thought it was just some creepypasta or some joke they made to try and be funny. But after watching it, I was blown away. I got nothing else for this. Like I said, if you want to know more, watch my review on this short. But as it stands, I think this is the best Tom and Jerry short out of all of Tom and Jerry history. And that was my top 10 favorite Tom and Jerry shorts. It's very interesting just how some of these shorts left a lasting impact on cartoons, comedy, and slapstick everywhere. And it's amazing that these shorts are still being shown to this day. And to be fair, it should be still shown. It's great, and has great writing, great slapstick, and just wonderful and timeless characters. Nothing is going to beat these great slapstick characters, no matter how hard I try. Well, I think that about does it for now. Thanks for watching, and hey, wait a minute. And I'm going to be reaching my 100th video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you all for that one. Take care.